think we can go ahead and get started. I wanted to welcome you to this Kuali Days session on the online user community. I'm Ashley Pendergrass, a customer success manager, and I'll be serving as the moderator for this session. We're glad you're able to join us. This session is to touch base on the user community within Zendesk and how we can elevate our impact and collaborate together and really build a community around what CM and Catalog can offer. During this session, feel free to type your questions in chat. We will be responding to those as they pop up. All attendees will be on mute throughout the session. The session is going to be recorded, and the link to the recording will be available after the completion of the conference. So I'm going to turn it over to our presenter, Colleen Bigelow, the Director of Customer Success.
Perfect. Thanks, Ashley. All right, so some of you might already know me. You might have attended my pre-conference session yesterday. I recognize a lot of faces, although I'm sad to not see Susan's cat. She was my favorite part when I was presenting at the pre-conference. I just have to make that mention, Susan, but I'm so excited to see all of you. I'm so excited to talk about this. This is a really short session, but it's really, it's something that I've been anticipating for quite a little bit. For those of you who didn't join, I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. We did have a quick meeting in December with some admins and a few end users that could join us to talk about the user community for Kuali curriculum management and a catalog specifically. And so we had a little bit of discussion. We did some intros, but this is the moment where we're really kind of kicking things off. And I'm really going to start calling on all of you to be more involved, to offer up some advice and generate some discussion. And so I'm really excited to get this going today. It's the session that I have been looking forward to most. So the Kuali user community, I want everyone who is in this Zoom room, I want all of you to open up a browser separate from this, and I want you to type this in, kuali-ccm.zendesk.com. Especially for those of you who are the Zendesk admin for your institution for curriculum management and catalog. I would imagine many of you may already have this page bookmarked. If you don't, highly suggest that you do bookmark it. All right. I'm just going to give everyone just a second to get in there. All right, I'm going to switch over on my view to that page as well. So you should be seeing something a little bit similar to this, depending on if you're already logged in or if you're not. I am going to be accessing this as if I were not logged in, because I do know that we have some people on here who do not have a Zendesk account, whether it's because they're not quite a curriculum management or catalog customer yet, or maybe they've just never accessed the Zendesk portal. But this is the online virtual hub for our community, for our documentation, and for support. And so I'm going to give everyone a tour just to make sure that everyone understands how this works. So for those of you who are brand new to this, never seen this before, don't have an account, did not get any kind of notification about an account being created for you, I want to start with the Getting Started section right here in the center. So we do have this entire section dedicated for those who are brand new to this area. It'll walk you through step by step all the things that you need to know about the community, using our documentation, submitting a request for documentation, responding to other institution members who are also posting on this community. So I do want to start here. And in particular, I do want to note this creating a Zendesk account. So if you don't already have a Zendesk account, you'll definitely want to take note of this document in particular. And what I want to highlight here is that you'll just need to email our support team, so student-support@kuali.co, in order to get started with an account. And so really quickly, I'm going to sign in and switch over to a signed in user view instead. All right, so we've gone over this in kind of a brand new user kind of way. And now I'm going to kind of come back and I'm going to look at this as if I were a signed in user and I'm ready to get started. So I want to walk through quite a few things about this. First and foremost, documentation. When I looked over this information, because I recently kind of inherited community, I noticed we have a lot of documentation, but I don't think anyone's reading it. I don't think anyone's looking at it. I don't think anyone's giving us any kind of feedback on what's in here. Because we haven't been extremely active in it. And so I went in and I've done a lot of cleanup. My team and I are still going through kind of an inventory of everything, updating a lot of things based on, releases and whatnot. So we would absolutely love to get your input. Also, we do want to heavily encourage you to utilize these guides that we've placed here under curriculum management and catalog, whichever is applicable to you. To your end users. So if you're ever in a situation where you have new end users or new people on the team that aren't sure how to use curriculum management, we can send these guides over to them. We will be doing some overhaul with these. There will be a little bit more updating and maybe new sections to come, separating by role, things of that nature. But I do want to mention that we do have a lot of documentation in here, and we really would love, we want people to use it. We want people to read it. We want you to give us feedback on it. Again, that's available for both curriculum management and catalog. So that's the documentation side of things. I also want to highlight announcements, and this is one of those reasons why you do want to have a Zendesk account. I am a person who is guilty of lurking, if anyone's heard that term. I don't want to create an account. I don't want to interact with people necessarily. I just want to sit back and read. But I really, really want you to create an account, because that's where we are hiding certain things behind that view. So you have to be signed in order to see our release notes. Other things like the Kuali Days registration is available to anyone, including users not signed in, but release notes are being posted here for your reference. And you do need to be logged in. And so I do just want to show you that we do still have an email that is going out to admins who are subscribed to our release notes, but I do want to show you this and show that you can start following these. And that way you can be getting these release notes every time that they do come up. So highly, highly recommend that you create an account if you don't already have one, subscribe to our announcements and whatnot. All right, coming back over to this page, I also wanted to go over the community, and this is where I want to start seeing a lot more action in general. So I'm going to jump into the community side where you can discuss things with different users. And so we talked about this in our December meeting. I know that some people have posted on this. I'm pretty sure I saw a lot of posts from Mike. I'm pretty sure you were an active user in here. I want to see several mics in here. I want to see a lot of people interacting here. So we have cleaned this up a little bit. I've narrowed down the focus of our topics that we have. So we do have things specific to the user group. And I am going to ask all of you, especially the ones that already have accounts, to post in here. And then we do have our feature feedback requests in here as well, and then the documentation guide requests. If you are not signed in, you only have access to see these two things, the user group discussion and the documentation request. You need an account in order to be able to see any new feature feedback. So in particular, I'm going to jump over to the Kuali user group discussion. And just this week, my team has posted a new topic for all of you to respond to. So while you're in here, or if you want to take a minute to think about it, that's fine as well. But I'm taking note of everyone who is in this session. If I don't see a response from you, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm saying, did you create an account? Did you log in? Okay, where's your post? So I have created this new topic, this new discussion. I do want to do introductions because I know we have some users and some attendees who were not available to join us on the December meeting. And so we didn't get to do introductions there, but I want to take a second to do some virtual introductions. Two things also out of this. I want to make sure that when you're posting and responding to this, that you are posting what you're hoping to get out of the user community, and then also a topic that you'd like to discuss with the rest of the community. There is no limit to the number of Zendesk users for the community side. So this means that they can view all of that content that I had talked about that was locked down, as well as post to the actual community topics and whatnot. The things that are limited in the number of accounts that you can have is the Zendesk support admins that your institution has. So every institution gets 3 admins, and we usually set those up in implementation. So I'm saying it now. Remember, I'm going to come after you if I don't see your post in here. So you're just introducing yourself, and you're letting us know what you're hoping to get out of the community and what you'd like to discuss with the rest of the community. And from this, we are going to be posting more topics, and we are going to be asking, especially our more active institutions to be getting in here, sharing what they've learned, lending some advice and some ideas to that. All right. Okay, I'm going to switch back over here. And so I've asked you to post in here. You're welcome to post other topics, other things that you want to discuss inside of the user group discussion. You can create a new post if you would like to. If you have something very specific to talk about, that's just fine. Our team will be moderating and monitoring that board to make sure that we are having some discussion and that content is staying on topic. But a big reason that I really want to make sure that you guys are getting in there and you are specifically introducing yourself and answering that prompt is because we are going to be scheduling our next virtual meeting. And so I am going to be going off of those posts. If you're not in that post, you're not getting an invite. I'm going to hold your invite hostage. So I will be sending out invites for the next virtual meeting, which will be sometime in late March. And the agenda for that is going to be somewhat curtailed to the responses that we get in that post that all of you are making. So we have some ideas of things that we do want to discuss, but I do want to take some time to discuss some topics that we see popping up from several of our institutions based on that discussion that we have going on. Okay. All right. So just a reminder, bookmark that page if you haven't already, share your tips, make a post. If you don't make a post, I'm coming after you and you're not getting an invite to the next virtual meeting. All right, then I think we are all set. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.